Okay, let's go through alts now. Today is not a good day for alts. We see that because Bitcoin bounce is fading, and but still we have to go through and see if there is any opportunity. And especially this weekly call is not about, not like pulse call where we look at it, or hunt call, but more about seeing, more about analyzing the trend. The focus is trend because that's where we get most of the money, not by simple one, quick in and out, but being with the trend, uptrend. And then that's so important. What I'll do is I'll try to do something different and show you some different, like I'll add some TA stuff as well in this one. For some, of course, we cannot go do for each and every one, but you will again find that they would have similar patterns, and the focus is Bitcoin, right? I mentioned in Bitcoin section the focus is always Bitcoin. And during the day, if any coin does something well, even if you get 5-10% in a day, just be happy about it. Okay, this is not time to be greedy. It's okay to think short term. But yeah, you'll have to time it well. And right, let's go through it now. If you look at what is happening, it is actually, it has created this down channel. I'll just this is very simple approach, very simple approach. You can do that now. So this first touch this, then this one didn't touch, which is very positive. Now this is a higher low, very positive, and now it's here, but it has to break above this downtrend line. So if you, from a big picture point of view, is moving down. Channel is so important, it's a simple method, but it tells you that it shows you the trend. I mean, not necessarily the channel, but simply what you can do is you take the peak and this low and then draw a simple one line, and then that could be your center line. In this case, like this could be the line, not necessarily the perfect center, but you at least get to know. Something like this is not a measure. This center line I'm drawing from to indicate trend. It is not for any decision making, okay? Because it's when it is at angle, it's not. This is just to visualize. Maybe I'll make it a little thicker to show you, and probably I'll hide this one for now, otherwise you will think that this is channel midline. See, this simple white line is telling that a trend is down, right? This is down, up. So here, this is low, this is high, this is lower high, and this is lower low, lower low, lower low, more or less flat though, but yeah. And then this is trying to recover. You see, this is recovery, but now when the recovery has to break about this rejection, otherwise it could make another low, and then channel continues. So the trend is down, we have to identify that, and within that there's going to be bounce. See, no asset fall like in a straight line, they always create a wave. And if you are focused too much on intraday, then you would keep on, it will play with your emotion, and I'm worried about that, especially those who are new to the game, right? It will play with your emotion. So try to zoom out your vision, because no asset free fall for multiple days. There is always a bounce. But if you think that bounce is going to change anything fundamentally? No, unless it breaks above certain level, and that's what I highlight here, right? Bitcoin, you know it in detail. Here I'm going to take some sample. 1 inch is not my favorite. It's not that but I'm just taking this as an example that whatever I said for Bitcoin, the same is true. In fact, this they are more vulnerable compared to Bitcoin, right? Another approach, not financial advice, but sometime you may go for slower moving coin like Bitcoin. Totally. It will give you some time, at least, and preserve some value. It's an approach. I'm not saying it is the best approach. So, and then if Bitcoin also is at risk, then you may do something more, right? So that can be it can be done. Risk can be managed that way. So you basically, if you are riding only alts, then your you know volatility would be high, risk would be high because of great amount of swing. If you go for a slower moving coin like Bitcoin, then the swing, your volatility and risk reduces by its own. And and all these levels in detail, so it's easier to manage. If you have too many kids in class and one good kid in class, so there's a difference that way. It's easy to manage. Just an approach, again, it's not my preference. I'm just offering different ideas, then you decide what makes sense for you. Right, so it's going down, in short. And you're not going to see anything different here. The angle of a wave would be different. I may extend this line and you will see it's not able to break over this band. So earlier example that I emphasize on channel and trend, I'm emphasizing how you can draw something like this and guide yourself. Yeah, get it? Very simple techniques. I believe in simple things. You don't need anything fancy. Only thing is sometimes something is so simple that it's hard to believe it's true. So simple to be true. Um, yeah, so it has to break about this band zone and then ideally this level, right? So right now the pressure on the downside is higher. So I think you will get a sense that why alts are not you are not the exposure to alts are super risky at this moment. Okay, Ada is one of the good ones at this moment. It got support, and the good part is it's not on the down channel at this moment because it had higher high, right? But the fall was also not. It simply indicates that this coin is strong. There are more hodlers, and there are less. It's not about less buyer and sorry, less seller and all. Point is, it simply means uh, it's relatively speaking, it's not being sold as other alts. That's it. It also got correction, but then it good recovery, and then this was not a mid. It didn't make new low and so on. And this is far from this low. Bitcoin is here. If you want to compare, Bitcoin is here, somewhere here, near the low, and ADA is far away. But it could drop quickly. So I don't want to compare that ADA is better than Bitcoin, no, because if it could even fall faster and then match up. So, but it's in a good position, so I must appreciate it, right? I cannot paint or each and every coin with the same broader brush, saying everything is rubbish. No, this is good one at this moment. This is good one. But if it breaks below this, then you have to be careful. Simple reason being, this was the point of support, this was point of support. So you have a strong support zone, right? It's not about particular dollar number. You would have learned by this time. It's about a band, it's about a zone, and you have to track this as a range, right? So if it comes down to this, then it's a red alert. It's a red alert. So, but if it breaks above this, then it's opportunity. So right now, ADA looks good. Algo is not looking good. It's not able to break above the previous support which broken below. So it's not good at this moment. As simple as that. Alice not looking good. I'm trying to simplify my analysis just by categorizing them because it's then easier. Atom is good but not able to break above R8. When it will be good? When it breaks above R8. AVAX did well, especially yesterday, and it is looking really good at this moment. It come under pressure, but it is natural because this is a R12 is resistance. Again, you are not supposed to say exactly 73.6. You see, there are like you have to consider this as a zone. Always do that, okay? Because it's not that perfect because everybody stops here. They might buy a little more and then spikes up. If it was so simple, then nobody would lose. Right, so look at this one. It also very close. So this is all resistance zone. So here, how would you draw? You have to take this one and then this one, correct? And then you draw, and it was not able to break above, then it went down. So this is a smaller scale. Right, so it has hit resistance. So you think about R13 only when you see convincing. If you look at approach B, it breaks into two parts. I try to explain the same with a one coin, that even if you have money, you not necessarily you put all, because you don't know whether it will fly or not. If it looks good doesn't mean it will fly. You have to see it happening and put your money. See, it's about putting money on a winning horse. How about that? So you have 10 horses, okay, let's say. When it starts everything same, but then you will see some of the horses start doing well, so you focus on that. It doesn't mean other coin, but the point is, if that you start with that, let's say that if that horse continues doing on the 50% mark, then you probabilistically that horse is going to win. Probabilistically, that you may add more money on that horse. And if it, and so on, and if approach, so point is, if the starting of the race is like breaking above R12, right, and then R13 is the finale, final, end point, and it's like start to the mid level. Whosoever, I mean, if the coin does well, that means it's likely to reach R13. That's how it is. So in that journey you add more money, not financial advice but an approach. So that way you don't care even if it starts good but doesn't final, because you're not fully committed. And if it does, then you book profit. If you think that if your approach is resistance to resistance, approach B. If your approach is longer term, then you plan to add more about R13 and so on, and then you keep adding about resistance and so on, and then you know you build your position brick by brick, floor by floor, build a tower like that. Okay. That's an approach. Banned. Banned is banned. Banned is bad. I think banned should be banned. I'm just kidding. No good. Simple answer. Huge consolidation. So one way to see is this is a huge consolidation. So maybe I'll say what if this is a big consolidation, and I'm not kidding actually. Not, who this could become number one coin. It was number one when everybody was down. Remember, it pumped when no coin pumped in March 2020 last year. Check it out. What all coins pumped? Tell me if you reach to two-digit number, you will find less than 10. I'm not talking about one day, 2 day. I'm talking about consistency like this. So from mid March until August, you tell me how many coins went up. So there are some coins that could outperform Bitcoin or do something totally different, and we'll try to find some. Okay, anyway, so it had its own glory, amazing, huge consolidation. So what if it goes up this level? Then it becomes very interesting, because you know what, this breakout would give huge upside move because of immense energy accumulation here. But I cannot assume here, it has to be in this region. But from analysis point of view, we can say, yeah, so watch out this coin, especially when it reaches R7, this region, because when it does, it could do wonder, simply because amazing upside move and prolonged sideway move or consolidation, then it could really blast off, and it will have enough energy, to go into three digit number easily. That's where you make money, not when you do in and out here and there for short term. You may, if you're lucky enough to ride a pump and get out. Riding a pump is also tricky. You may get in, but you may not be able to get out. You miss most of the time, but you may, even if you get in, you may not be able to get out. So if you are able to do both, but not necessarily you will be able to do the same for next time, and so on. So that's why, consistency point of view, you gain the most when you ride the wave. And that's what I emphasize. Okay. What else? BNB similar story, like 1 inch. It's going down, you see. Now we have to say that, because this is not here. I didn't mention this. Why? Because when it went down, it was here, but it made another low. So I cannot say that it's going up at this moment. No, it's going down. I cannot say that. If it breaks above this high, then I'll say it's going up. As I was saying here, when it went down, consolidated, bounced, I was saying going up. Even I didn't say going down here, but it made a new low. I cannot say it's going up. It is going down, right? Of course, perspective. If this level it's going down, at this level it's still mid level, but it looks weak at this moment. It's not at a higher end. It's more at a lower end now. It's actually coming towards this one. So I cannot say it's good. CELR did amazing job. Actually, I had to give you R4, isn't it? I didn't give you. I'm supposed to give you R4. I'll give you. Now it will go for R4. This is a clean breakout. I'll give you R4. But in its journey, if Bitcoin dips, it's going to go down. I mean, it's going to reflect that action or move. It's not going to do anything different. So the way I see for CELR is, if Bitcoin is stable, it will shoot up or try to go up and continue moving up. If Bitcoin goes down, it will dip a bit. If Bitcoin stops, it will try to go up So it's like when the teacher is out, students start making noise. As soon as teacher comes back, there's been drop silence in most of the cases, something like that. So when the Bitcoin pauses, they shoot up. When Bitcoin goes down, they just join them. So it's like that. Okay, Doge. Oh, Doge is bad. It's near here, so it's bad at this moment. Nothing more to say. This is good, much better, because it's holding up this support, previous support. It broke below, but it went up and then holding up, so it's good. Got rejected by this level, so it's still in this one. So dot is relatively speaking in a better position at this moment. EGLD is the same story. It got rejected by R14, one of the good ones, and this is a crazy coin. It really moves up fast, so be careful on both the directions. But yeah, right now it's holding up support, so it's looking good at this moment. Ethereum, uh, Ethereum, uh, Ethereum got rejected here. We know that this is the low, so this is not bad at this mid level, but right now it's not going up at this moment. It's weak. 3-day scale. If you look at it, I would say it's doing nothing. I think that's the right way to say. It's doing nothing. Right, but so that means, but it's closer to the this level. What we want is what we want it to, come back above the support. You would be wondering why I didn't update the support, because for me it doesn't matter, because now it is falling. So if you are still keeping, it's your choice. For me, the support was broken below. It tried to climb up, but it failed here. So for me, it has to break above the prior support. Then I'll talk about higher high. I'm not, so from support point of view, it's simple. This point of bounce can be a support, but I am not updating the support. Simply, you should not, just an indication that I'm not interested in long, ideally, unless there's you can do in and out, but that's an so recent low can be a support, but I'm not going to change this. Similarly here, see, it tried to bounce, it tried to came above, it failed here. Support, it failed, rejected by the support because it's a resistance. That's why, and it is down, so the file is weak now. File is weak now. It could land here. This is the trend line. It could land here, but it's a weak coin, very weak at this moment. Who knows? Maybe it could consolidate and bounce off. But at this moment, I have to say it's weak, right? FTM is awesome, one of the good ones. It got bounced from the prior R3. You see this? This is beautiful. This is technical. So it hit R4, then got support at R3, tried to recover, failed, came down, got support at R2. This is beautiful. This is technical. Now it broke. Why this is good? You know what? Because it broke above R3. Yeah, which is 1.21. And let me zoom in for your benefit. That's why it's good at this moment. It broke above R3. It was rejected yesterday by R3. Today it nailed it. It actually went up like that. So this is good. Yeah. When it is not good, of course, when it breaks below this one, and starting with R3. So this is good, but if it breaks, this is a first warning sign if it breaks below R3. right? So easy. And then this is something you have to be watch out, something you have to be, yeah, you have to watch out, otherwise it could go down. So this is an opportunity with these levels in mind. Very few, but yeah, maybe it will do better once BTC improves. FTT is not looking good, right? This is we added with a requirement of green. Actually, it didn't meet the requirement at all, so it couldn't break above. I saw a comment that somebody said I am stopped out from FTT. Okay, I should not have said that, but ignore it. I should not say that. Anyway, so when I provide a certain level, it matters. And this is a head, and this is a left shoulder, this is right shoulder. It requires to break above this one. It tried yesterday, failed. Not yesterday, I don't know when, but it failed maybe a couple of days ago. I haven't seen it. Anyways, point is it tried, failed, and it is back here. So it may move this way and then come down up to this 27, 28 level. Half. If you're exposed to this, your portfolio can turn. But at this moment, it's holding the neckline. So from TA point of view, you can draw a line like this, and then if it breaks below, then the probability of this to go down is higher. Sometimes this line at angle is tricky. So you may draw horizontal line, you may draw multiple horizontal line, and then you can plan in steps. Okay, because sometimes it tricks the line at angle tricks you. The line at angle is not so reliable. I'll tell you why. It could come down to this level, little below, and still you can draw a line like this and still valid. You're connecting this and still this. You're not connecting this, which is fine. You're connecting this if it drop. So it is possible that it could come down to this one and then bounces. So the line at angle is not so reliable. That's the point. So that's why rely on horizontal lines. And you could draw two lines, as I said, one line here, another line somewhere here, and then maybe third line here. And then you plan. Each line is broken below, that's your risk. So this is another approach. You see so many different ways you can see things. This is a pattern, specific pattern. So that's why I'm highlighting. This is GRT. It went up nicely. I was so impressed actually. But look at the rejection. It rejected from the prior support 0.8. It couldn't break above the prior support. It was looking so good. I don't know, and I was wonder why it bumped for no reason. I asked some, oh, why it bumped. I saw news. There was no news. I don't know. Again, this kind of pump is like, oh, you know what, we exist, or buy us. You buy us and then we'll sell. Kind of. So we can pay salary. That's POS, proof of stake. I mean, they have coin, they can buy, sell whenever they want. Mining coin, I respect mining coin because you have to earn. It's not available freely. Okay, HNT was really doing well a few weeks ago, but recently it is losing a lot. So, but still it's midway, so not a point of concern at this moment, but a similar behavior. It tried to break above, but see, rejected by the support. So it has to come return back. You will see again and again. ICP is poor performance. Yeah, it's still at a lower end. Again, this also tried to break above the support, but it failed. Poor performance. It did its job in a way, but Yeah, I mean, what can it do? Yeah, so this coin is coin where, as I always say, that it can cover this much in 2 days. It's so crazy. You see what happened here. Two candle and it was here from even lower level. From here, one day also it can cover because it's so crazy. So level is not, I mean, percentage is so, I mean, it varies both side up and down. So this is, you have to be careful when you deal with this. Right now it's going down. IOTA did amazing job. It hit this low, sorry, this interim resistance. It did its job, but not able to break above. Again, you see, try to climb up, rejected by the support. All these are technical moves. Rejected, then not able to. Then it's back here. When it is back at the door, and it's bad news. It should have stayed here. That's why IOTA is down by -1%, but it's one of the weakest one, among the weakest one. Kawa had pumped more like a defense, but a good pump. Yeah, this is one of the volatile coins. Not bad. It's making higher high, sorry, higher lows. If it is knock, uh, if knocks down this one, then it's a point of concern for if you're dealing with Kawa. I have to keep looking at Bitcoin. Okay. KCS um, consolidating near the support, not bad. Again, similar, making higher lows, which is good sign. And this high was not able to break above this, but I would say this is not bad at all. Only thing is the pattern is extended. You know, this is like ascending triangle, another TA pattern. You know, you can extend like this. Not a perfect one actually. Not a perfect one, but not bad at either. So you can draw like this, and then so you monitor the bottom line like this, because this is your trend line. You maybe it'll extend a bit, like this, and then so you will track this one, or candle point of view. So different ways to look at it. You look at a candle or this trend line, right? Or maybe this horizontal line. So this, I prefer horizontal lines. And simple reason being, if it, again the same reason, if it comes down and go a little below this, and then you can still you can still extend like this, so still pattern doesn't change, but the boundary changes. That's why, for example, earlier also, actually we don't have to go too far. This was also an ascending triangle. And if you connect this, and it broke below and not able to get in again, right? Now what happened, it just expanded the pattern. Now it's like this. So that's why pattern doesn't guarantee anything. You have to watch out for the boundary. People misunderstand that the ascending and the descending triangle gives you desired outcome. It's not always the case. Maybe percentage wise it may be, but the thing is, when you draw, there is, it's not to draw, say this is going to break a bow. This is to draw, to tell, to understand what is my boundary. So you track it. Anything in between is neutral. Okay. And if it breaks above, it's opportunity. If it breaks below, it's risk. That's the interpretation of this pattern. It's not because it's ascending triangle it is going to go up. No, you would see that on public, like any TA literature. I don't buy that. I give you an example. I have reason for that because earlier also it was ascending triangle, but it broke below. Nobody can deny this was not an ascending triangle. It was, but it broke below and still in ascending, but it's bigger now. So it does triangle doesn't give you upside or downside. It just simply to draw a confined area, a bound with a bound where which would provide boundary to say, okay, this is to be tracked for risk management. This is to be tracked for opportunity. As simple as that. Okay, let's move on quickly. Um, KSM not looking good. I mean, so ugly looking pattern, so chaotic. Don't feel like I remove this coin, especially it's so ugly. You cannot handle this coin. Deadly. Anyway, so nothing great about it. It's consolidating here. Link trying to break above. Yeah, yes, previously tried, failed. Now it's trying up. Not bad. So it's trying at least. LTC is also trying to break above the support. Yeah, something similar. Luna did well. Luna bounced, break above the support, and now it's resting near R2. R2. So it could reach to R3 if it is able to continue. Yeah, so the same support applies now. So yeah, this is one of the good ones at this moment. Though it's down by 6.5%, it's still good as long as it's maintained, it's remain above 34. And if it starts dropping, then you have to be on alert. MANA, I think I had to remove this, so I'll skip this. I forgot to remove this one. I think I identified a couple of coins which I'm supposed to remove. I'll remove this, so I'm skipping this. Mm, Actually, no, I forgot otherwise. Matic. It's okay, sort of. So it has also boundary here, R17, and broke below support. So you saw similar behavior. I'm tired of saying this now, and probably you would be boring too. I mean, getting bored too. It got rejected by the support. This is technical move again, right? And now it survived. So if it tries to break above, then it's good news. So it's simple. When it breaks above, then there is opportunity. Right now, this is not an opportunity. This is more on a survival mode. MKR had to be removed, which I'm going to remove. So last time I mentioned. Um, NKN, not bad. This coin has a tendency to make a big candles. So I'm not surprised. So this could really move fast. So that's NKN. One we talked about. One is one of the good ones at this moment. It is trying to break above the support and R12 if you notice, right? So it reacted near R12, which makes sense, which makes total sense. Okay, so let's see if it could climb up. This is one of the sample ones, right? I taken to demonstrate my style of trading. I should have waited actually, but I entered earlier. I should have. My first entry should have been above the level. So yeah, it's a mistake, I would say. But all right, it's not falling. Yeah, ideally I should have waited. The second entry should have been the first entry. So QNT did well in last few days from recovery, and now it's just about the support. So we can take that as a positive note. It has to go higher, around 350 plus. Not bad, but SKL had hit interim resistance, and it had retested in between the trend line, and again it tried same level, rejected, came down to the same level. So it's a range bound at this moment. This is a upper range, this is a lower range. So you can simply add a box like this. I say you don't care what happens, it's here. So if it goes below, then you have to take care of it. And one can start small. This is an opportunity from a in a different way. The impact is lower, risk is higher, but the impact is lower. I mean, the probability of going down is higher, but impact is lower. Impact is lower. Why? Because your exit point is closer. That's why. I explained this in yesterday's call, how the risk is calculated. Right? Probability multiplies with impact. You take two numbers and then take a product, and then that gives you risk. Probability is high and the impact is low, you multiply. When the probability is high and the impact is high, then the risk is highest. When the probability is low and the impact is low, then the risk is lowest. So there are four combinations. Solana. Um, Sol, I don't know how do you pronounce? I've been saying Sol. Probably that's not the right way to say. It's not Sol, but Salona. So I probably Sol. I think Sol is the right way to. Anyway, so I should say Sol. Uh, yeah. So it trying hard to break above this previous support, really. And now if you look at this is R18. I don't know, maybe R7. No, some other R17 maybe. So it got support there. It's spending time here. Let's see. Not bad. This is one of the good ones, but at this was an ugly fall, and this is a good bounce. So this is in good balance, I would say. This is really having a good balance at this moment. Yeah, if it comes down to this level, then it goes off balance. Hmm. And if it starts breaking above this, then yeah, it's then opportunity. SRM, it's more at risk. I think we saw a similar pattern. It's right now near the bottom. I mean near the support, so the probability of going down is still high. Similarly, Sunam near this low. Dell is also trying to break up our support. So that nothing impressive about it, right? So at this moment, ugly drop reacted from this level, and this tried to defend, but not long enough. Uni some similar behavior, try to climb up, rejected by the support, still near the low. BET, same behavior, there's no difference. VRA is reasonably good, something like Sol. I think something similar to that, yeah. So as long as it's about this interim resistance, it's good. Or maybe you look for the candle, but this is a support zone. Yeah, they're doing nothing at this moment. They're like, unless BTC do something, some of the coins are doing nothing. There's some price action like you see on a one or maybe a couple of other coins. I don't see much actually. ADA went up. So ADA, as I mentioned, it was 4% up. Now it just went up by 3% more. So it's taking. You see the strength of that coin, which I highlighted earlier. Maybe not all the coins will go up all same day, not necessarily. So I'm saying what is right now. I'm focusing on trend at this moment, not on the today's moment, but I'm just highlighting few coins. Okay, so where is this having a support at 25, which was interim resistance. WRX, I think I had to remove this. I'm removing it. So no comments. XTZ, I think I forgot to mention on the active coin list. I'll add it. This was R7 and then could go up. I had to refine it, maybe R8. Yeah, but this is R8, 9 plus. XTC is really looking good. It's near all-time high. I mean, yeah, near all-time high. But it's very, very volatile coin. Okay, remember, it's not easy to handle. Not easy to handle. Okay, that's it then. This covers everything. Yeah, keep an eye on Bitcoin and its level. There's not much price movement except couple of coins here and there. Yeah, from weekly analysis point of view, I think that's it. Thank you, everyone.